In the world of K-pop, a shared glance? It's not just a glance. A similar taste in pastry? Definitely not a coincidence. Nope, it's evidence. Every single move an idol makes is put under this insane microscope by online detectives. And today, we're going to dive into how this intense scrutiny can spiral from what seems like harmless fun into something, well, something much, much darker.
And that quote really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're talking about a totally forensic level of analysis. You've got fans and entire online communities dissecting every little detail, hunting for clues that, let's be honest, often aren't even there to begin with.
And the people driving these investigations, well, they have a name: netizens. These are the super active participants in online culture who can literally build up or completely tear down an idol's whole reputation in just a matter of hours.
So our first case study really shows just how easily a simple, even kind act can get twisted into a full-blown scandal. For TXT's Hyun Kai, it all started with a blurry late-night video.
So, the evidence hits the internet. It's this grainy video of a guy who kind of looks like Kai with a woman. But here's the kicker. The person who posted it adds this really convincing touch. Side-by-side photos showing the guy has the exact same phone case and sneakers as Kai. And just like that, boom. For thousands of people, the case was closed.
What's absolutely wild here is the speed. I mean, look at this. In just 2 days, a single grainy video completely explodes into a controversy that starts dragging in other artists and gets so damaging that the idol himself has to step in and personally shut it all down.
And here is the massive gap between the rumor and reality. The internet was just buzzing, right? Convinced it was a secret date. The truth? He was just being a good friend. He was making sure someone who'd had a bit too much to drink got home safely before he went straight back to his dorm. That's it.
And these rumors, they have real, messy consequences. Another idol, Chanel from the group 50/50, was totally falsely identified as the woman in the video, all because she happened to own a similar bag. And it gets worse. The rumors spilled over into the real world, completely derailing a live stream hosted by Kai's own sister, Leah, who was suddenly just bombarded with all these invasive questions from anonymous users.
This quote from Kai, man, it just shows the impossible position these idols are in. He felt like he had to address the rumors, not because he did anything wrong, but because he felt like he owed his fans total, complete honesty. He actually ended up apologizing for what was just an act of kindness.
Okay, so now let's move to the next level of speculation. This is where netizens don't just misinterpret a situation, they build entire conspiracy theories out of thin air, connecting these completely imaginary dots.
I mean, let's just pause and think about that. Seriously. Is enjoying the same type of pastry in one of the world's biggest and busiest cities enough to prove a secret romance? Well, for some people, the answer is a resounding yes.
Okay, so here it is, the evidence file that supposedly links BTS's V and IVE's Wonyoung. They went to the same trendy restaurant. Check. They both posted photos of noodles on marble tables, which of course must be the exact same table, right? They were both in LA at the same time for a massive industry event. And the final nail in the coffin? They both mentioned wanting pistachio croissants in Paris. Case closed.
But when you actually break it down, the whole theory just completely falls apart. The restaurant, super popular with celebrities, marble tables, they are literally everywhere. They were in LA for KCON along with dozens and dozens of other idols. And pistachio croissants, come on, they're one of the most popular pastries in Paris. It's not some secret code, it's just taste.
And believe me, this was not an isolated incident. A really similar thing happened with BTS's RM and BLACKPINK's Jisoo. They were rumored to be dating simply because they both posted photos from popular tourist spots in London, even though their visits happened at completely different times. So, okay, so far we've seen misunderstandings and some pretty absurd theories. But now we need to talk about when this whole thing crosses a much more serious line, when it moves from online chatter into the realm of a criminal invasion of privacy.
And let's be crystal clear about what we mean by that. This isn't just about hurt feelings or online drama anymore. This is about a fundamental violation of a person's right to be left alone, an intrusion into their personal life without any consent whatsoever. And this is exactly what happened to Kiss of Life's Julie. A video started making the rounds that allegedly showed her and two members of the group Vivarary in a private room. But here's the most disturbing part. The video was obtained illegally from a private CCTV camera. So let's trace how this happened. First, the idols are in what they think is a private space. Then, they are secretly and illegally recorded. After that, that private footage gets leaked. And only then does the public speculation about their relationship even start. The crime happened way before the rumor even existed. And this is the most crucial takeaway. The online conversation got totally distracted by, oh, were they flirting or not? But that misses the entire point. The real story here, the only story, is that these individuals were victims of a crime. Their privacy was fundamentally illegally violated. The agency responses, well, they only made things more confusing. One refused to comment, the other denied it completely. But thankfully, a lot of the fans saw the situation for exactly what it was. They expressed horror, not at some alleged dating, but at the terrifying invasion of privacy. So, okay, we've seen a misunderstanding, a wild conspiracy, and a straight-up criminal act. What does it all add up to? What is the real price that idols are paying for all of this constant speculation? It really is a spectrum of harm, isn't it? It starts with a misunderstanding, like with Huninkai. Then it escalates into these far-fetched conspiracy theories. And finally, it can lead to situations that involve actual criminal acts, where an idol's basic right to safety and privacy is just completely thrown out the window. And at the end of the day, whether it starts as an innocent mistake or a malicious leak, this relentless cycle of rumor and scrutiny completely erodes that line between being a public figure and just being a private human being. And that's really what it all boils down to. It takes zero, absolutely zero concrete proof to kickstart a rumor that can cause immense stress, harass innocent people, and potentially damage an idol's entire career. Which leaves us with a really critical question to think about. In this digital age where we all feel so connected to public figures, where do we, as the people consuming all this content, draw the line between just harmless curiosity and causing real, lasting harm?